95.5 WFMS. Good morning. You're with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Thank God.
Last few times we're going to hear you say that on the radio.
I'm going to call and say it.
We Deb and I have kind of booked some time in this show here to say our thoughts about you, Jimmy. So if now's a good time, we're going to do it.
Getting towards the end, yeah.
This is a bittersweet moment for us. I have written and rewritten this about 1,000 times, trying to find the right words. We have to say goodbye to our best friend on the radio today, Jim Denny. Not goodbye for good, just goodbye on the radio. Now, it may not sound like it, but I'm really not the emotional guy normally. I wish I wore my emotions on the sleeve like Deb, but I normally keep them inside. But don't let the lack of tears fool you. This has been a tough week, Jimmy. I've dreaded it. Jim is the reason for me being here at WFMS. Somehow he convinced management to hire me. I don't know how he did that, Jim. So he gets the credit and the blame at the same time. We've shared a small studio together for 33 years. I counted, I think, 5 different studios we've worked in. We've shared backstage moments at concerts, road trips to Nashville, long delays at airports, and yes, even the same hotel room a number of times. But Jim is not just my coworker for the past 33 years. He's my brother. He is like my wife Andrea's brother-in-law. He's Uncle Jimmy to my 3 daughters and 3 sons-in-law and 8 grandkids. He's a part of my family. And that will not end today. When his microphone is turned off for the final time, Jim will still be my best friend. He just won't be my coworker anymore. I really feel sorry today, though, for the WFMS listeners, our family. Because after today, I'll be able to call and talk to Jim. Give him the latest news from my family. Tell a joke that he'll laugh at and reminisce about an old country song. But after today, our WFMS family won't have that privilege. And that makes me sad. Yes, WFMS will go on. A new morning show will be born next year. Deborah Honeycutt, Matt Malone, and myself. But nobody will be able to fill Jim's shoes. It'd be foolish to try. Jim, you've done what many in this industry can only dream of. In a business where most radio DJs are fired or their job is eliminated, you've done what few have done. You've worked at the same radio station for 35 years. And now you get to retire on your own terms. You'll spend more time with Mimi, Corbin, Kyla, Taylor, Chance, and Aiden. And that makes me smile. We're going to miss you being on the radio. Deborah, it's your turn.
Yeah.
I love you, man.
Oh, my goodness.
I love you.
I sobbed all the way through that. I'm not going to cry through this. I'm not.
It's okay. Everybody is.
We only have 18 minutes, Jim.
As much as I want. They're going to can't let me go right now.
Well, about 6 to 7 weeks ago, I told one of my sons, Hayden, that you were retiring. And he said, what? He's not old enough. Hayden thought you were in your 50s, by the way. And then he said something later that I will never forget. And he said, but it's always been the 3 of you. That's all he's known. And I know a lot of people retire every day all over the world, but you aren't supposed to retire. It doesn't feel right. You are WFMS. And my son is right. The 3 of us are always together, so much so that I went looking through photos for your special day today. Kevin and I are in 99% of them. You rarely took a photo alone. And the definition of retirement is the leaving of one's job permanently. But I don't think you will ever really leave. Physically, yes, but your legacy will live on. For example, we will think of your kind heart Because who else takes a sick day to grieve the fact that you ran over a squirrel while driving through your neighborhood? We will think of how you kept a copy of your daughter's school lunch menu at your desk so you could stay up to date with her activities in Colorado. And we will think of how you made friends everywhere you went, even buying a card for an employee at CVS after learning that they were retiring and would no longer be there to greet you at the register because that's who you were. It has always been the three of us. What other coworkers look forward to returning back at work after taking a family vacation? I did every year. You are always caring, happy, smiling, and you're full of laughter. Many people might not know this, but you and I both share a love for mints. You always have a tin of Altoids in your pocket, and after finding out that I love the cinnamon ones, you would randomly leave a tin of cinnamon mints on my desk on random occasions, unless you're trying to tell me something, and now's the perfect time to go ahead and share. So today, I gift you a tin of your favorite mints, the original Altoids, and I thank you for being a very bright light in an often very dark world. You undoubtedly made work fun and unbelievably memorable. You are a gift, and we love you.
I can't thank you enough for your words, and it's all true. I mean, that's exactly the way we are. This friendship that we have can never be copied. This is something special that God said, hey, the three of you are going together, and here's how we're going to do it. And that's what happened. And we've always had great times. We've gone through times where in our personal lives, things haven't been going well. We were always there for each other. That's the one constant with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. We've always been there for each other. And that's going to continue. As Kevin mentioned, I just won't be in here every day. And I'm going to miss that.
I'm going to miss walking through the door and you saying, Debbie Doodle.
And Kevin, hey, Pally Poo.
Yeah.
So that's just us. And I think that's one of the things that we've done that's brought the WFMS family is this is us. This is just who we are. But thank you. I love you guys so much. And I'm going to go to break here, and then when I come back, I've just got a few words, because I kind of did most of them on the day that I did my announcement of retirement. But I would like to thank the listeners, and I'm going to do that coming next. Good morning. It's Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
Here we go.
The time has come for me to pot the mic down here for the last time on WFMS, and last night I was walking around the house, and I was kind of joking about doing the song, from Frank Sinatra, and now the end is near. And I thought it would be funny at first, and then I'd start crying. You start crying. I'm like, oh, wow. That song is somewhat fitting. But 35 years, I can't put into to words. I know when I announced my retirement, I said a lot of things, and I still believe in all those things that I said. The listeners, I was thinking about all the listeners that I have met through the years. It's been 35 years. You meet a lot of them. Mm-hmm. You see them grow up. You see some of them pass on as well. But to know their names and to have had those handshakes and to have those chats, whether it be a country music expo at the table there or a remote or handing out a bobblehead or a bopper, whatever the case, the things that we did was out the state fair. There's so many things that we did that we got a chance to get out there and meet the listeners. And again, this is my whole feeling. You didn't have to tune in to me for this 35 years. You didn't have to. You have other options. There's other radio. There's other entertainment. So what you gave me is something that I cannot give back to you, and that is the privilege of your time. Mm-hmm. Your time, you can't get that back, but you decided to give it to me. For 35 years, I am so blessed. Jesus Christ has blessed me so much. I just can't thank him and thank you enough, listeners. I'm going to be around. I may pop them. Matter of fact, if you guys are doing a remote, can I come out and see you?
Absolutely.
I might have to do that too. But again, I can't thank all these listeners enough for the being a part of the family and the years that you've given me the time and the privilege of that time. And I guess this is kind of a fitting song. It's Jordan Davis' Next Thing You Know, which was the song we came out of when I announced my retirement, and it kind of talks about life in general and how it is. And I got to leave you with just one more of these.
People love it.
Deb and Kevin at 95.5 WFMS.